Core data. When you first open the system, you will need to set up some core data. Most of this data, such as employees, suppliers, groups and units of measure, will only be set up once. To set up this data, simply click Core Data and then select whichever button you're setting up. We'll start with Default Data Form. This form contains your customer and license number, which are both issued by Access Software, and it's where you'll set up your bespoke details. Company Details tab, Quotes, Invoices, Reminder tabs. These tabs are used for setting up your own bespoke wording for each module, and the data entered here is what will appear on forms and documentation throughout the system. As you use the system, you may want to edit or change certain parts of this data, but we've initially entered in some data to get you going. The employee form. Simply click the employee form button, click Add, and then complete the appropriate fields. One of the facilities in the system is to use job analysis. So if you want to use the job analysis to include your labour costs, you can put a pounds per hour, additional cost per hour, such as NI costs, holiday costs, etc., and the total will be shown below. That figure will be used in the costing analysis. And if you use subcontractors, you can still enter them here, but just select them as a subcontractor. Group description form. One of the facilities that the system offers is a report on the sales of different product group types. When you add a product in the products form, you can assign it to a group. Groups can be anything you want, such as carpets, wooden flooring, installation, accessories, etc. Simply type any groups you want to report on in here. Units of measure form. Simply populate this form with the different types of units of measures that you're selling. This will then be used in the products form and throughout the system. Products form. This form will be used to add all your products and services that you sell. Once added, when you raise a quote, it is simply a question of selecting it from a drop-down list. If you add the cost price and the sales price, the quote will automatically apply the selling price when you add it to a quote, and the cost price can be used for analysis once the job is complete. A couple of extra things here. Exclude from purchase orders. When raising purchase orders, if this box is ticked, the product or service will not appear as a required purchase. For example, if you supply installation or uplifting and removal, you won't want to actually purchase those. So if you exclude it from the purchase orders, they won't appear when you select to raise a purchase order. The obsolete checkbox. This is for any products that are no longer available. By ticking this box, it means the products stay in your system for reporting, but will not appear when selecting for a quote. And then finally, the chargeable on invoices and quotes checkbox. This is used to identify a product or service that you want to add as part of your quote, but not charge when invoicing. For example, if you use a third-party fitter, you might want to put the price in, but not charge them because they pay the fitter directly. This facility gives you the full flexibility to quote a job to include both charged items and non-chargeable items. Builder's list form. When you add a quote, you can identify if it's on behalf of the builder, which then you can later report on. Just simply list any builders' names that you have an association with in here. If we go back to the main form, you then see you've got suppliers. Similar to everything else, if you just add your suppliers in here, it'll be used when purchase ordering. If you enter a correct name and postcode, you can then click the map button, and this will open Google Maps showing their details. Similarly with customers, it is more likely that you will add customers as and when they want a quote or place an order. But we'll have a quick look now. Most of the fields are self-explanatory, but providing you use Microsoft Outlook, you can use this form for diary events as well. After completing the customer's details, if you complete the comments field, such as in this case Mr. Blogs wants a 3-bedroom hall, stairs and landing, then add a date and time to the appointment field, which you can see down here. I'm just going to alter to we'll do it for the 1st of the 6th. So now you've got a date of the 1st of 6, a space, and then a time at 3 o'clock tomorrow. If you then click add to diary, that will add it to your diary. Okay, if we just have a look in the diary here, there you go, tomorrow 1st of June, Fred Blogs Inquiry. If we open up that, you'll see that it's got the date, the time, the address, the notes that you put into the customers field, and then the telephone number. If you use Outlook and synchronize it to your phone, that will obviously be synchronized directly to your phone, ready for you to pick up and use. That concludes the core data video.